up, peeps? And welcome back to Random Mini Games with me, and today we have Luftrausers, or something along that lines of a German word of which I have a hard time pronouncing, so I apologize ahead of time. So, World War II-ish kind of game, or at least I believe it'd be World War II. I haven't looked at the story in a little bit. It's been a little while. I've had this game for a little bit, and it's been out for a little while. It's really fun. It's kind of a cool arcade style. It's one of those games that you would have a ton of fun if this was in an arcade. But of course, I think the quality of it is a little bit better than most arcade games, and it's definitely worth your money. So, what are we doing? You're flying around. You have the arrow keys, so you can spin as you so will in the air. And the up key essentially is the go forward button, or whichever direction you're pointing. In my case, I can blow up boats by running into them. But you saw that circle around my airplane, which indicates my damage. So if I take too much damage, that circle gets to the rest of my ship. That'll indicate that I have no more time left. If I want that circle to come back quicker, I can either let go of the gas, or I could stop firing, or do both if I'm doing both. So my healing abilities won't be as good as I'm trying to fight. And I believe over time, I'm able to take even more, or I can take less damage over time. So if you take a ton of damage and you come back from death a large number of times, I think it's harder for you to gain your health back. So this is definitely a survival style, kind of arcade-ish game. Score attack definitely would be the, I believe, way that I would call it. And as I saw there, I took some big hits from a battleship. So then you get the results here, as you can see, and one of the things that you can do is unlock more parts for your ship. So, as you move on, there's different sorts of things you have to do with different parts. For this example, the one we were just using, the original versatile machine gun, we have different weapons. A laser, so we have a continuous beam, so we can't turn as fast though. So there's different trade-offs, spread, and some other number of things that I will let you guys discover. Though I have to say, the funniest one ever is this body type here. No impact, damage, less health, so you can ram into enemies without taking any damage by ramming into them. I find that to be hilarious and funny, although I really like just using the normal, good all-around body because it's just good all around. Then there's different engine types. Well balanced, this one's slow turning, so I have to actually turn the engine off in order to turn, which is what I do normally anyway, or a... this gun here is just, this is funny. I'm going to show you guys what this one's like, and it's absolutely just so funny. Look at that. It's a gun for an engine. I can shoot behind me while moving. I'm very, very slow, but I imagine that this helps you shoot behind you a lot better. And then I have a laser, because there is a certain amount of momentum that your ship can have while moving. And the laser doesn't have any momentum change, so it's very nice if you just want to move around. This is good if you want to shoot at enemies around you or above them like this. I got hit by that ship too much. You take too many hits and you're just out for the count. Laser is definitely one of my better fun weapons that I personally like. So let's go with a thing setup that I like. So, quick moving, got the ability to just turn around and then laser stuff as they're behind us. Whether it's there or not, I think irrelevant. Aha! There we go, took out a couple of those ships. If we come around here, it can laser that guy. Go underwater for a second, come back up, laser! That's one of the things I like doing, is just kind of pivoting above them and then lasering them as I see fit. It's a pretty good way of getting ships, I believe, and with the laser here, it deals a lot of damage, because you're very still for a little bit, which is dangerous, because you can take some serious damage if you stay still for too long. And I don't think your health recovers at all, actually, while you're firing, so you need to keep that in mind as you play as well. And sometimes the best thing to do is to, in fact, just focus on whatever your main objective is. Now, for me, I'm going to take out this battleship. There's a battleship right here, and I can completely sink him. I'm pretty certain. I can take him out. Ah, dang it. You can also dive bomb enemies as a suicide of the last attack. So, what kind of is the benefit of this game? It's very highly, I want to say, very good in replayability. If you want a quick game just to play real fast, arcade style, very cheap game. I forget the actual price of this game, but I believe it is on Steam. Otherwise, you can get it on their main website. Regardless, I will have that link in the description as per usual. Come on, die! Yeah, there we go. And you can stay in the water for a little bit, but it is dangerous, because that means you leave the water with some damage on your ship. And if any shots kind of hit you during that time, it's very dangerous. And the smaller ships tend to enjoy ramming into you. They have no problem with suicide bombing your airplane, or technically spaceship even. I believe there's one engine type that essentially turns you into a spaceship where you kind of float around. It doesn't matter which, where you want to go exactly. You can fly in any direction, omnidirectional in fact, kind of like that guy is doing, which I thought would be really cool. Fly around the bullet there. We must be moving very fast if we're able to move faster than a speeding cannon shot from a battleship, or even a destroyer-class ship. Gotta be careful that those shots can do a lot of damage. There we go, let's fly, let's see how long we can last. And the music, I have to say, is definitely one of the better parts about games of this sort. Because since they don't always look as good or as graphic intensive, they focus on the sort of gameplay mechanics and the sound of a game. And I have to say, this one was, oh, I wasn't paying attention there. I got into a whole bullet hell of shots there. I thought I could survive perhaps by not using my weapons, and my health would come back faster. But that apparently is not the case. You can also go over and look at your stats, the number of things you've destroyed. And it's kind of got this cool little, character sort of idea. It's kind of funny. I like it. And the idea is pretty cool. There's been some epic moments that I have had playing in this game that involve lots and lots of things flying at me, dodging lots of all the bullets. I love the water effects on this too. I mean, just look at that. It's just like you would expect as you'd be flying near it or when you accelerate. Or you can go under the water a little bit. That's one of the things that I always like about games like that, is being able to survive underwater. Completely unrealistic. But man, does it add kind of a cool effect, especially if you want to ram enemy ships or go underwater for a little bit to take them out. It is a way you can go about things. I've done it before, and it is a way that you can play the game. And the explosions and stuff are pretty cool too. A lot of the animations in this game are very good. Some of the downsides, though, I'd have to say, this game is number of content. You fight roughly the same enemies. I mean, there's some increases in the amount of enemies that you fight, especially over time. Like, these are elite fighters that will go after you, and they'll try to ram into you, essentially, and shoot you out of the sky. They're the fastest of the enemy planes, I think. And then there's the ones that are the smaller ones there, and they swarm at you. Then the most annoying one of all is the one that can move omnidirectionally. I think they also have the body that allows them to ram you without a single problem. Oh, yep. So you always got to keep moving. Whenever I stop moving in this game, it ends up being my death. So let's try one more time. I'll go to as long as I can and can survive to. And then that'll probably be all I can show, because that is what the game is about. You move along, you complete your objectives, and by doing the objectives, you kind of move on in stages, and you get new upgrades for your ship to go on and fight some more. Like I said, very arcade style. It's not going to have tons and tons of content, or storyline for that matter of fact, but it's a matter of gameplay. If you like something that's kind of a quick take a break from doing whatever you're doing, you know, you can go and play this for a little while. Try to beat one of the challenges to unlock some more ships or weaponry, and then see how long you can survive. So a time trial or a tack trial, if you want to, depending on which one you want to go for there. And yeah, these guys have no problems with just dive bombing you. Eventually, some of the ships, they'll be increased one size-wise and number. Eventually, a gigantic blimp, and those guys that can move omnidirectionally are very annoying. And eventually, giant blimps that are like gigantic weapon horses. And unless you have taking your time to take out some of the enemies over time, you will have a hard time dealing with those blimps, because more enemies come in, and if you just spend your time running, you're not going to get very far, because all these enemies are still chasing after you, and there'll always be more to kind of come and destroy you as they try to want to. And they try to predict your positioning, so if you want to change directions a lot, they'll help you a lot in the future. There we go. Got out of that. A bullet hell. Thank goodness. Oh, that was close for my death. I don't want to stay in the air too long like this. Okay, we made it through just fine. Got some... up into the air. There we go. Let's move our directions out of here. Oh, there's a ship there, omnidirectional one. We need to take him out as quickly as possible. I don't like those guys. Oh, my goodness. The amount of weapons fire going on in here. Get out of here. The engine I'm using I like is because you can just spin then attack, and it gets the fastest. It moves you out of... Oh, dang. Look at that. Weapon barrage. I was just being chased by bullet after bullet. Alright. Well, that was Luftrausers. Or I believe that's how it's said. Luftrausers, I don't know. Something along those lines. You can try to say it yourself. Anyway, peeps, I hope you've been enjoying this. It's a quick game. It's really fun. I just wanted to show you guys it. Again, link in description. I hope you guys have been enjoying this. If you like this video, please help me out. Like it or leave a comment. I always like responding to people. So, yeah, peeps. I will see you later. Yeah, I think I'm fighting these giant skull things again like I was before. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh! I hate him so. I remember that asshole.